Hello and welcome to the Forbes India One CEO Club in partnership with Google Cloud, a unique series that recognizes and celebrates India's finest CEOs. My guest today heads a young hyperlocal delivery company called Dunzo Digital. Mobile users love the app, but the real difference that Dunzo is making is for local commerce and shopkeepers in solving last mile reach. What is the method behind this daily madness? To find out, I have with me co-founder and CEO of Dunzo Digital, Kabir Biswas. Kabir, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks for having us.
Kabir, seems like a long time ago, but there was a time when you were working at Airtel, right? And you had a very interesting role there. Do you remember what that was about?
So I did sales for a bit, and then I went ahead and started building product around social and location-based services and networking. Very early, actually. This is, I think, the iPhone had just launched, and honestly, telecom operators wanted to do a lot of stuff that the web ended up doing finally because they controlled access. And honestly, they had really big plans.
When you think of groceries or food tech in 2015, there were at least 4 or 5 very solid, well-backed ventures. So what were the possibilities for a player like Dunzo to even start from there? Can you just go back to that and describe what made you get into a space that everyone was scared to be in 2015?
So I think so honestly, it's really 16 is when we must have really taken off. 15 was us largely going around and asking people what they wanted to get done, and they used to send stuff on WhatsApp and I used to run it down. I think one thing that's been true about us and which we try and keep true even today is we're just building for what our users want. We're not building for, food delivery is happening out there in the world, or grocery delivery is happening out there in the world, or something is growing out there in the world and we should build for that user experience. We're just building for what our consumers want.
So the mission of the company was, how do I take something from point A to point B at less than $50, which is about 36 rupees? How does the math work out?
I think what we are building is we look like the postal service of an Indian city, which means you drop something at point A, it shows up at point B at some particular time or at some particular cost. It's like any other courier service that you could get. What you transport on that doesn't matter. It matters that you get it done predictably from point A to point B at a particular cost that's been offered to the consumer. And I think the maths insight was really what we built around.
Okay.
Saying, okay, cool, this makes sense. Because I don't think consumers want one thing, right? You at the end of the day are trying to make cities a lot more efficient. And making cities a lot more efficient means that you are going ahead and moving everything from point A to point B. And so, no, we just kept that insight and kept.
But even companies like Amazon and Flipkart have tried this same thing with the same kind of tech stack available and the resources available, the thinking available, and they crack logistics to some extent. So what's the moat for a Dunzo to be able to?
So I think the ultra fast delivery layer, I don't think they have really been able to crack as yet. We on an average today, our average delivery times are at like 24 minutes.
Okay.
So you ask for something and it shows up in 24 minutes time. I've been told globally that's pretty much as good as it gets. Because after a point now physics tends to play out. He'll go reach that place, he'll park the bike, and so all of those things, right?
Can you comment on the technology ecosystem that enabled a Dunzo to grow as fast as it has? Because there were many players who have tried the same thing from 2010-11, and somehow it seemed like a lot of other building blocks were not in place in the tech ecosystem. What has Dunzo benefited from?
So I was reading this Benedict Evans, what you call year-end take on technology, right? Okay. And there's this quote from, and so his entire thesis is about as to how tech is now building on the shoulder of giants. And it's basically saying that a lot of fundamental layers on tech are already built out. Today with calling an API, I can go ahead and say what your location is and can figure out as to how somebody out there on the road can reach you in how long. Just imagine thinking about that like 7 years back. It would have been impossible to do in 2013, right? Because every person on the ground also required to have a smartphone. So you can basically rewire a lot of existing or Web 1.2 experiences today.
And how do you sensitize the delivery folk for these kind of rapid changes, because their product experience too keeps changing every few weeks? How do you, that is an offline kind of a problem, but you have to keep them on page with what you're doing in your tech stack, right?
Think about people and our supply partners exactly like consumers, and so we hold their experience also exactly as close to us as like consumers. It's simple. You can't build something that they won't understand, right? And changes are iterative in nature.
So speaking of traffic, how close is Dunzo in terms of using drones to solve these kind of customer problems?
So drones, I think, is no more a technology problem in the world, right? So for us to be able to actually, and think of drones as two problems, right? One is a drone is used to deliver to your house, or the drone is used to deliver to a location close to your house, after which the last leg is still done by a human being. The technology for both of them exists. It's just that we don't believe that the infrastructure for the first one exists. We don't believe that houses, etc., are at a place where they can go ahead and take drone deliveries and stuff like that. Like in this office, where will you take a drone delivery, right? So we believe that the second one, where the item gets delivered much closer to you, right, within like a 500-meter radius or a kilometer radius, and the last leg then can get run by a human being, is the tech that we will see first. So actually, this is now a bit of a policy and a regulatory thing. And so we have actually seen great movement from the government. In the last 12 months time, I think we have been working very closely with them. And what we have gotten is so we are pretty much the only B2C brand in the country today which has been allowed to test drones and which are not line of sight. And so we are testing it this month and next month on the outskirts of Bangalore. This should hopefully allow us to go ahead and be able to present a paper to the government to say that, hey, you know, we believe that this is what policy should look like. We believe that it should be hub to hub, which means if you want something from Koramangala, today it on an average takes about 40 minutes. With a drone, it should be here in about 12-13 minutes. Honestly, if you really want to be able to run a logistics business in a city, in an Indian city, you need to be able to find large legs of that can become autonomous.
Okay.
So yeah, we're building for it now.
Kabir, thanks for sharing your insights from the Dunzo journey.
Thank you so much for having us.